Welcome to another episode of Behind the Seams with George Courey Inc. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome to the podcast Meredith Bowery, Executive Vice President, VHL. Meredith, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me today, Jeff.
Have you ever done a podcast like this before?
No, I really thought I would go my whole life and never do something like this.
Well, think again. But we really appreciate you coming on. And I have to address you have gold glitter all over you in the background there. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Tomorrow's my birthday, so my team members decorated.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, my team members decorated my office for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And who gets to clean that up after?
We usually do it ourselves because
Huh.
we have people, of course, that's their job and they're willing to do it, but I kind of think that's a little excessive. And
There
this
you
year the
go. Clean up.
confetti, it's more than confetti, it's kind of glitter, and so
Oh,
we'll do
there
it
you go.
ourselves.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, cool. So listen, Meredith, I wanted you on the podcast because I wanted to talk about the ARTA Education Conference. So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, ARTA, the American Reusable Textile Association, we have an education conference coming up in just a few weeks, the
Yeah.
beginning of April. And I wanted to have you on to talk about it and basically tell people why they should attend. And so are you going? Like, why are
Of
you going?
course I'm going. We're both members of the board, Jeff. So we
Right.
will both be
So we
there.
have to go,
We have to go, but we get to go. And I
but we
think
also want to go.
that's
Yeah.
important to remember. I think that one of the things that everybody needs to know about ARTA, if they don't already, let's teach them about ARTA, is that somebody is got to be responsible for the boring sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
And not everybody finds it boring, but ARTA not only is responsible for going out and finding and creating and putting together the science, but
Hmm.
we're also working on finding all the ways where we can translate that into the things that we all need to present that to our customers. So that
Right.
is what we're working on at this conference. And I'm really excited
Right.
about that.
Which is so important, right?
It
And
is.
Arta does it. It does it so well. What you're talking about is these LCAs essentially is what we
Yeah.
finance and
Yeah.
create life cycle assessment or analyses, which kind of looks at different products that we use every day in laundries, healthcare laundries, and hospitals, and compares them to disposable alternatives. Right.
Right.
That's what an LCA is. And so at the conference, it's our chance to kind of talk about them
Right.
and explain them and tool everybody with what they need to be able to go sell those things to their customers day to day, right?
It's really hard to go up against these disposable companies who have all of this money behind them, and
Hmm.
they're going out just as aggressively and dazzling our customers with science as well. But we have to be
Right.
able to at least sit at the table with them. And Arta's research, we partner with a lot of other industry leaders, a lot of other industry associations to find the answers to this
Right.
disposable science, these talking points that they put out for our customers that sway our customers away from reusables and into disposables. And we really want to talk to them about how much better and affordable reusables
Mm.
really are.
That's right. And you know what? You know what always amazes me is time and time again, the LCAs prove that the science, the data is on the side of reusables, right? So while like the disposable single-use companies have a lot going for them, they have money, they have a lot of market share, the science backs what we're doing, right? And so
Mhm.
the more people know it and understand that, the more momentum we're going to gain on the reusable side. And the
Exactly.
conference is just like a place for us to all talk about it, celebrate it, and strategize together on how to move it forward.
Right. And every time that we go and get together with these, we get more ideas and better education on how we can take this to different stakeholders in all of our markets,
Yeah.
whether it be healthcare, hospitality, food and beverage, to better teach us how to sell this information, to present this information, to answer these questions. And that's what this ARTA Education Conference is all about.
That's right. And it's really that part of it is what really differentiates this conference from all the other conferences that occur in the
That's
industry, right?
exactly it.
They're all great. Like, we have, I think, as an industry, amazing conferences, lots of education out there. But what differentiates ARDA is these are cold, hard facts that we're presenting, and we are giving people tangible stuff to take home and apply to their day to day in the hopes of improving and accelerating reusable textiles in the industry, right? You're going to walk away with something tangible to bring home and say, you know what, Monday I'm going to apply this in my day to day, which is different, I
Yeah.
think, than a lot of the other ones.
I think ARTA is really about research on the reusables brought to life, and
Hmm.
that's what we're looking for is how do we take the science that frankly a lot of us really don't understand, and frankly a lot of us find boring, but it's when you bring it out of the academics, which again a lot of us, that's not our focus, that's not what we understand. When you bring it
Yeah.
out of the academics and break it down into marketing or human behavior or any of those other aspects, and show us how to use it and how to present it and how to speak on it, it
Hmm.
is really an exciting way to approach a business that we are all proud of and something
Right.
that we all already believe in,
Hmm.
and take it then to the stakeholders in our business and say, look, this is why you need to follow the same approach that we do. We
Yeah.
already
Hmm.
know it's more comfortable, we
Yep.
already know it's more
Absolutely.
environmentally friendly, but let me show you the data that goes with it.
There you go. It's a kind of like a roadmap on how to use the data, right?
Yes,
And the other thing that's different, I think, is we only have an education conference every 2 years, right? So it's something that if you miss it, you're not gonna be able to experience that for another few years. So it's a great time to get together, talk about something that we're all like minded in that regard, and feed off of each other. And I think it's important.
it is. And I think we get a lot of, there's a lot of different aspects of the industry that get together at ARTA. Some of the different industry associations focus on certain pockets of the industry, but at
Mhm.
ARTA, it's really it's all of us. It's the vendors, it's the operators, and it's equipment, it's linen, it's chemistry, it's everybody. So it's you get a lot of different feedback from a lot of different industries, and so there's a lot to be learned in a short amount of time.
Yeah. And you know what I'm looking forward to is we have an amazing keynote speaker. I think that's going to kind of motivate everybody and get us all in the right headspace. And then that same guy is going to be running a workshop for all the participants to say, "Hey, now that I've motivated you and we all want to go out there and sell reusable textiles, let's practice how to do that." And
I
so
think
you don't always see that at these conferences, but it's like a real tangible exercise.
No, and I think that's something that's really important as well is that some conferences are geared toward a particular segment of our staff.
Hmm.
But this one is not. I mean, it's entry level sales and marketing, maybe executive level, and everybody in between. So I think it's something that we should all take a look at our team members, and you know, nobody should be excluded. It's a great
Yeah,
networking opportunity for all of us, but
sure.
it's also a really great learning opportunity.
Right. And it's a little bit of fun too.
It's a little bit of fun too.
We
We
have some fun.
We need to have more folks and, get together and have a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Find a way to enjoy Nashville. We've got a great venue, really great location. How can you
Hmm.
not have fun in Nashville? We've got some really great events planned.
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
like
going to be
this
a good time.
rooftop party, I think that's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be amazing. Are you bringing your cowboy hat or what are we doing?
I will not be doing that, Jeff.
No, what do you mean?
No.
Okay, fine. Just bandana for you. I got
And
it.
no, I will not be doing that.
Okay, fair enough. I'll wear both, like, so I'll cover for both of us.
You
Okay.
you can cover. I think Dwayne's bringing his. So you guys can
Okay,
take
there
care
you
of the
go.
cowboy hats.
But it is going to be a great conference and one that is unique. And I think that the more people that recognize that and attend, I think just it adds to the fabric of that conference, right?
It really does. And I think, again, because we have all aspects of the reusable textile industry, there is so much to be learned. There are always different perspectives. And, you never walk away from it without learning something new, without meeting somebody new. So it's a
Hmm.
really exciting opportunity. And I really think it's something that if you haven't considered it yet, if you're watching, if you haven't considered it yet, you really need to take a look at it. It's not exceptionally long. It's a lot of information packed into a pretty short period of time, and it's a really
Hmm.
great time.
And you don't have to be a member, right, to
Yeah.
attend. Okay, so even non-members can attend. Let's say you're new to the industry and you're like, I'm interested, but no, I don't want to dive into a membership. You can still buy a ticket, come to the conference,
Yeah.
and then see afterwards if you want to become a member of ARTA, right? So,
Well, and if you've already registered as well, I think there's also I think there's a special going on if you've already
oh,
registered and you want to
oh,
bring an extra team member with you. I think there's a
Hmm.
special going on to help out with the hotel registration for that as well. So there's a lot of exciting options to kind of help make
Yeah.
that decision. So it's a really great conference. You don't have to be a member. There's also sponsorship opportunities. There's um, tabletop
Yeah.
things that you can take advantage of. There's a lot of different ways that you can become involved. Again, you don't have to be a member. It's a pretty open group,
Mm.
pretty diverse group. There's a lot of different ways that you can get into the association. A lot of really exciting information available on our website. We have a really great information library. Um,
Hmm.
again, it brings the science that's out there into a really useful format. And I think that's
Yeah.
something that a lot of us don't have enough of. We know it's
R-
there. A lot of times we don't really know what it means or what to do with it.
Right. We're bringing the science to life, right?
Yes. Yeah. And
There you
you have to have sometimes you have to have something to market yourselves with, because if we're not doing it, we know the disposable companies are out there doing it. They're out
Totally.
there, talking about how much better their products are. And if nothing else, the reusables are just as good in many aspects. They're far better from a comfort
Hmm.
standpoint, from an environmentally friendly standpoint. And we need to be able to confidently explain that and confidently convey that message to our customers.
Right. And from a fiscal standpoint as well, which for me kind of brings it all together. It's kind of
It
like, okay,
does.
of course it's more comfortable. Of course it's better than the environment. I think those two things are quite obvious. But what isn't so obvious is that actually a healthcare system adopting reusable, especially when it comes to surgical textiles or underpads or whatever, in the long run, it's
Mm.
cheaper. It's cheaper per use than it is using a single use alternative. And that's the magic of ARTA, how we bring that science together
Yep.
with real data and make the case for reusables, right? And so for anybody that's watching this right now, considering the conference, if you're trying to figure out how to get from here, from I know reusables the answer, I know it's the right thing to do, but I want to go here where I have final user adoption and selling it at the
Yeah.
C-suite level, at the supply chain level, at the hospital, et cetera. This is where we're going to teach you how to do that, right? Like that's the meat and potatoes of it.
And with the different industry experts that we're all going to have in the room together, I mean, we can help and work together to figure out, are we tailoring a message that talks about strategy, that talks about contingency planning or emergency recovery, because we all know what happens when you're relying on disposable products that have to be imported. That's
Hmm.
not always the best strategy that you have.
Totally.
But when you can rely on a robust, reusable
Hmm.
product line, that's
Hmm.
something that has a lot of value that you can bring to your customers when they build that in as part of their emergency programs. And again,
Hmm.
that's something that maybe not everybody knows how to communicate and put that together in a plan. But then
Hmm.
again, when you pair that with the science that talks about the efficacy, that talks about the life cycle analysis, the environmental impacts, and all of the things that come with that, that is a
Hmm.
really attractive package that you can put together. And that's part of what we can help teach you how to do. Our
Hmm.
experts and that get together at these industry events can teach you how to do at an ARTA event that is backed by the science that ARTA
Hmm.
invests in. And that's the value I think that ARTA brings to the industry that I think that not everybody knows about.
There you go. Well, you know what? Talking about data, talking about the facts, one fact for sure is that I'll be at the ARTA conference.
I will
Meredith will
be.
be at the ARTA conference, and then we're going to have a lot of fun there.
We
So,
are.
Meredith, thank you for joining Behind the
Thank you.
Scenes podcast today. Hopefully, everyone is interested now in the conference. Visit the website, check out our LinkedIn page, and you don't want to miss it. It's beginning of April. Still lots of time to book a room and get your flights going. It's going to be a great time. Meredith, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
All right. See you soon.